the artist and the brand. So basically, from the artist point of view and from the brand point of view, both the artist and the brand itself like creating something a hype. So the brand in one point gets developed by an artist. So what brand stands for is a visual and appealing thing from the brand we get. So like art is having an interaction with the consumer and the visual perception. The meaning of this is kind of you are conveying message with the help of the artist. Like the artist, like the creation of this bottle. This bottle will start with someone will portray it in the paper, then they will say okay this is fine, then they will go ahead with the design and then they will manufacture it off with the same model. So this like creating an image for the artist and like the start of an creation of a brand, like Kinley of the bottle. Okay, so now we have to going to see how it is influencing the artists who are being influenced and how they are going to present themselves. So this is Andy Warhol, who is like kind of the he became himself as a kind of the brand who became famous. So what his theory was, like he was doing still life painting for Campbell, which is given in the text itself. So in this portrait or in this still life painting, what he was conveying is like to send a message to the consumers that what all benefits could be seen from that still life photography. Earlier we used to see like the apples or the pineapple. The ma'am told us that these are specific to a particular reason, and it will like creating a standard that some country are having pineapple means they are having a lot of import and export and they are rich and all. So there is some status related with this Campbell tomato soup can. So the association that Warhol was creating was like a standing. It's like a conveying the message to the consumer that you are if you are having this can or some can, you are at a particular standard or level in the society. So he also went on to produce mass production, which he calls, like he produced many variants of the same image with different color. Like he was customizing it, or like say personalization of the different colors. Suppose this is tomato soup, he portrayed it with different colors and saying that this one product are different and each consumer will behave in a separate way and will try to consume that product. Say for example, you take chocolate which is Cadbury which is sweeter, and someone like Kacham, it is like a bit sour. So it is targeting to certain consumer in the area. Okay, so now the paradox in this was like we tried doing our Monroe's image in that. So he portrayed these images after she died, because he was like I've written personas could be manufactured, modified and the consumer like products. Like Warhol, what he was trying to communicate was that through these paintings she was glamorous and all popular. She was having all kind of envious, we are being envious to her. So it was like portraying like now the different colors what they are portraying is like there is also a gloomy side to that glamorous image. Like she died, she was living in very pressurized conditions. She was not having that mentality, and she was also having some problems to deal with the society. So ultimately she committed suicide and she died. So what he was signifying that these all portraits are being commodified. Like they can be like used as promotions, or they are like a commodity. Like for example, the chalk, we can take the chalk. If we say that I will commodify it, we can present it as like a very significant thing. That the idea of this chalk is like this chalk is very significant, that if you write it will produce a very good image. Like for the Parker pen, they have created an image for that, and they are commodifying it with the various images like Parker with Amitabh Bachchan and associating them. So then after this we say Barbara Kruger. Like her images were basically kind of like this, and the one which you are presenting here, the health and all. So what was this we thought as like a sign and a signifier. This image is what she wanted to communicate something through these images. But what actually happened that these images were taken by New York Times magazine and were produced. Like in article they have given, I saw, therefore I am, and then some, that is the image. So that signifies that you are a shopper. So New York Times magazine, what they did, they portrayed it, and then it became a print ad. So she never thought that she will go actually on that direction, but somehow it was like kind of she was trying to convey the messages to the consumers. So what happened is, if you see in this picture, thinking of you hurts. Like the pin is there, you are getting hurt. So what it will do is, like if we suppose we all are there and we see a picture and we see that why is this thinking of you, and then the question. So they will start discussing on it. Similarly, the same like health. It's not visible. I will tell you that there is written, I have worked hard. Business is booming and I have decided to enter politics. The campaign is going really well, but I just found out I am pregnant. What should I do? So this was not like why a man picture is there and why he is telling that I found out I am pregnant. So what they were conveying from this photo or the picture, that this describes that both the gender are affected with that. But basically this messages which somehow through the so this was like a paradox. Okay, so what she thought was that she will convey some messages to the society, but somehow the pictures got commodified and it was published in New York Times magazine, and then it became a print ad which the others are using till now. Okay, so then the third one is the Cindy Sherman. So she took herself as she was a photographer, and her pictures were like of kind of very like portraits and all. This picture signifies that she is standing in a building in some city or a big city, and she took a photo picture. So this is signifying something that she is having some aura and her dressing sense are there. So it is signifying that you are in the city, and this signs that you should be more confident in the city, and you should have more thought process, your consumer lifestyle, like you are wearing something that the rural people or the other won't understand. So but what happened, at first he was producing this still pictures as a photo, but rather than the people started to talk about her like an artist, so they called her pictures as a still life movie. They portrayed her as a movie. So the same photography art here films. So what this was conveying the message that it was more about the identity, the image of the people and the signifier. I mean to say that when people have a particular gaze, like we saw in the paintings, this picture is also in a particular way, but it is not looking in front at us. Okay, at us. So it is looking at somewhere up or somewhere above. So this signifies that she is trying to stay positive and stay confident in her life, and she is looking up to the signifying that there is some job or some empowerment within her that she can convey the message. So these three portraits somehow are getting into only one part. So what that part is that art as a picture or something is becoming significantly commodified, and advertisement is becoming as an art, because all these finally we will see in the next slides as how these all are converting into advertisement, and how they are changing the lifestyle and consumer behavior. So next is this will take over.
Now, before going to this slide, let's understand how managers are using art in branding and exploiting branding. That is, in bringing more people to the brand, love that brand, buy that brand, how consumerism is being used, how managers are using art in that sense. So, this is the advertisement evolution which has taken place through these mediums. These are the, when we say advertisement evolution, it is a very longish picture. So, in a short sense, this is the only way I was able to describe. So let us see how advertisement actually started. Industrial revolution, more production. So who will buy? How to differentiate one product from another. So that's how the advertising started. It started in the newspapers. So does anybody know what was the first advertisement in the newspaper? Yeah, whatever which go. What was the advertisement was all about? It was about a person lost 12 horses to find them. So the advertisement started in newspapers. Then at that point of time, there might be there have been brand managers were using art as a medium. Like they used to call for drawing competitions. Best art used to get some prizes. Maybe in last 20-30 years we might have seen them. In my childhood, I have seen that. And radio. Though after FM's advent, radio has been used as a medium for advertisement, and then television. Today, predominantly television is the most occupied advertisement space. In the recent past, in the last 5 years, 10 years, internet is being used as a new medium for advertisement. Brand managers believe that it gives them feedback very quickly, what is working, what is not working. They try to interact with the consumers in a more better way, in a richer way. Now what is the now trend? The internet is there, but the present trend is embedding the content, that is integrating the brand message into stories. Just now Shiva's group has told us, Shiva's group has demonstrated that people don't see ads for more than 5 seconds on YouTube. So in television, brand managers do not know how many people do see ads. I would just like to know how many among us see ads. There are hundreds of channels in our, and we have the remote in our hand. Whenever ads come, we just change it. So brand managers do not know that. So what the option they have left is embedding the content, that is integrating content into story. So let us see how are they doing that. So these are the two very popular examples. Coke Studio by MTV. In this, Coke never says come and drink Coke. Coke never says 10% off. It is the content which we see, through which we associate with brands, and even companies want people to associate with the content so that the brand recall increases. As we already know that close to 68 or 70% of the purchase decisions happen on stores. So when you have that recall, when you feel, yes, I like this, first of all what happens, I know this brand, then I like this brand, then this brand is me, I am this brand. So this type of associations are being created through this. So in the recent past, maybe we have not seen those movies. Hindustan Unilever has tied up with MTV to even produce movies. Popular directors as Anurag Kashyap, Anurag Basu, those people are opening. So some movies we are going to see in very recent future, that some movies will be made on those brands. Close-up, Sunsilk, Pond's, TRESemmé. So we have got them as like advertisements. So now stories are being made on them. Now we will see the stories of those brands, how they are into the lives of the consumer. Let's try to see a video.
एक्सपीरियंसेस से आएगा और मैं खुश हो गया, मैंने कहा बताया कि ये हुआ है, दिन आएगा उस दिन जिंदगी बदल जाएगी।
Let me give a short brief about him. He is Sandeep Maheshwari. We may not know much about him. Let's see the video, then I'll describe who is he, what is he. We'll be going to see only 2-minute video.
1 साल निकला, 2 साल निकला, समझ नहीं आया, कुछ समझ नहीं आया, क्यों बताऊं फिर 2003 में समझ आया। फोटोग्राफी में मैं एक लेवल पे पहुंच गया था जहां जाकर के अटक गया। प्रॉब्लम क्या थी, फोटोग्राफी में सिर्फ काम नहीं दिखता, नाम दिखता है। मतलब मैं फोटोग्राफी चाहे जितनी मर्जी अच्छी करूं, अगर नाम नहीं है तो लोग उठा करके मेरी फोटोग्राफ जिनकी मैं शूट करता था, वो जेन्युइन एजेंसी में जाते थे, उठा के फोटो फेंक देते, कहते किस घटिया फोटोग्राफर से करा के लाया, कौन है संदीप महेश्वरी, जंगल में रहता है, कहां से आया, किसी ढंग के फोटोग्राफर से करा के लाया। तो वो लोग मेरे पास आते थे, कहते सर ये क्या आपने क्या कर दिया, देखो कितना बेकार हमारा शूट किया है, क्या किया है। तो मैंने कहा किसी तरीके से नाम करना है, नाम कैसे करना है पता नहीं, लेकिन मेरे पास आसान है, होगा नाम। तो कहीं से आइडिया आया कि वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड बनाता हूँ फोटोग्राफी। मैं चला गया लिम्का बुक ऑफ रिकॉर्ड्स में, उनकी जो चीफ एडिटर है उनके सामने जाकर के, मेरे को याद, मैं टेबल पे बैठा हुआ था, वो इधर मैं इधर, और मैं जाकर के बैठ गया अपॉइंटमेंट लेकर के। मैंने कहा यार टेल मी, मैंने कहा मैं वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड बनाना चाहता हूँ फोटोग्राफी में। तो कहती अच्छा क्या सोचा आपने, क्या करोगे? मैंने कहा आप बताओ क्या करना चाहिए। तो मैं वहां अंदर तक पहुंच चुका था, तो धक्के देके मुझे बाहर नहीं निकाल सकते थे। मैंने कहा बेटे देखो इतना आसान नहीं होता, इसमें ना बहुत कुछ करना पड़ता है, तो मान के चलो बहुत बड़ा कुछ करना पड़ेगा। मैंने कहा जैसे? कहते 2 ऑप्शन है, एक तो है कि तुम इंडिया का कोई रिकॉर्ड बनाओ, एक है वर्ल्ड का बनाओ। इसमें 2 तरह के रिकॉर्ड होते हैं। मैंने कहा इंडिया का छोड़ो, वर्ल्ड का बताओ, वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड कैसे बनेगा। अब उन्होंने एक लिस्ट बताई, उन्होंने बताया कि क्या क्या होना चाहिए। उन्होंने कहा कम से कम 10,000 फोटो खींचनी पड़ेगी, कोई भी फोटो एक दूसरे से मिलती जुलती नहीं होनी चाहिए, सब अलग अलग होनी चाहिए, हमारे मॉडरेटर बैठे होंगे, कम से कम 100 मॉडल्स को लेना होगा और ये 12 घंटे के अंदर कंप्लीट हो जाना चाहिए। और उसके बाद में जब फिल्म रोल बनेगी, हम टैग शीट देंगे, अगर सब कुछ सही होगा तब तुम्हारा नाम आएगा लिम्का बुक ऑफ रिकॉर्ड्स में, तब तुम्हें सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा। मैंने कहा हो जाएगा, और कुछ हो जाएगा।
The point here is what sells, art and brand. Any answers? He is a photographer. He is the same photographer who was say in 2001, in 2004. What is the difference? The reality is after that he has done many things. All before that, before he was a photographer, he has done many things, and after he becoming popular, he has done many things. So what has made him successful? It's not what he was doing, it's the brand what he has got. How he has got that brand? I feel artists are not really artists, they are brand managers. And even Ogilvy and Matthews chairman says that we are not really creatives, we are brand managers, we manage brands for companies. So let's say he is the advertisement agency for Lux, so he is not the creative for Lux, he is the brand manager for Lux in their hierarchy. So what the cut long story short is, the art doesn't sell in itself, the branding itself. When you are popular, everything gets sold. He was an utter failure, he was a school dropout, college dropout actually, he was a college dropout. So easy and successful, he was successful just because of that records he has made, and he has figured it out that if I am just being as it is right now, how am I? I'm not going to be successful. So let me make a brand, then be the same thing, then people will purchase it, consume it, and it will get sold.
Now we have looked at the art. So can we use art as to benefit our firm? So yes, we can, because there are very successful campaigns with using art as a branding strategy for a firm. So can it be always a success? So the answer is no. Why? We'll look at the example. So let's look at the 7-Up brand strategy. Close to 6 or 7 years ago, they launched this cartoon called as the Fido Dido, and they associated it with their brand, 7M. So what happened was that cartoon that got so popular that it has its own magazine called Meet the Fidos, and it has appearance in video games and magazines, other magazines. So the people actually associated themselves with the cartoon, but not with the brand. So eventually 7up, what they did, they later on changed their logo and they are using the new logo. So still this cartoon is in people's mind. So this is what the art does to people. So it's not always the success that art brings. It can sometimes be the failure. So this is kind of the paradox with art. So if you want to success by using art for a brand, so what we can do? So we have created a framework called the art framework, wherein we can use these 4 steps to make our brand successful by using art. So what we do first is we found out what is the significance of art with our product. So as we know the example, as ma'am told the example of cat, the image, and cat the word. So what the image signifies and what the word signifies. So people associated cat with the cat's image. So that we have to find out like which images are really associated with our brand, or which art will be useful for our brand. Then the consumer involvement. So the art, it should not only specify only the significance part. It should also specify which type of consumers you want to target. Then the culture. So culture, it has various aspects like consumer culture. So it involves like people from cities, villages, or from international customers, or like the specific region-wise customers. Then lifestyle. So urban people, they have very different kind of lifestyle. You can take examples of Indian people or American people or European people. So their lifestyle varies. And then we'll find out how we can use that art to commoditize our product. So as Sushant said, Barbara Kruger, she used that I shop therefore I am, that as a commodity, and then it became famous. So let's look at some example. So this is the company Old Masters. So what they do, they produce the playing cards, but they are kind of premium playing cards. So what they wanted to do is they wanted to target rich customers, and they were thinking of how they should do it. So they appointed John V as their strategy as a contractor to design their advertisement. So what he did is he designed this ad, and then it became popular. So initially they were a bit confused, like whether it will be popular or it will be sold or not. So they just come up with 2,500 playing cards. But then it got popular, and they appointed that person as their brand manager. So what does this signify? So the golden wooden frame, that signifies the old classic, that signifies the brand name. The brand name is Old Masters, and the frame signifies the old wooden frame. So people can associate with that. Then they are targeting the rich consumers, which has classy taste. So the culture they were targeting was the royal kind of people, because these kind of people, they were actually found in the casinos and bars, playing with this kind of cards, and they commoditized it through the now after successful campaigning of this kind of card, they came up with another cards which actually portrays the image of Mona Lisa as queen, and the Roman emperors and all those kings as a king card. So it also became a successful brand after that. The next example is Wills. So here, what they wanted to signify, they wanted to target the city consumers, but city actually it has a different kind of parts. So one part is somewhat older, which has forts and all those forts, gardens, all those things, and one part is somewhat developing the rich kind of part, like here in Salt Lake. So they wanted to signify lifestyle through their ad. So what they did is they took an image of one person standing at slightly older kind of looking village city, and the girl, she is modern, she is looking as the rich girl, and the area is also looking as a rich posh locality. So the ad says that when they come up together, they will be no more be strangers. So this is how they marketed their product, and how they commoditize lifestyle as in their brand.
Okay, so concluding, like we are thought about the artist and brand. Like artist and brand as a significant that artist will also want to become a brand. Like take the example of Shah Rukh Khan, that he is also signifying something, that he is doing something like a Lux ad. So his significance is reaching to the women's. Like the soap is for the women, but he is also taking up the brand. Similarly, it is like similar to that picture with the help sign over there. So this artist as a brand is always a leveraging thing that the artist does. Take for any sand artist or any other Kathakali artist. They have like kind of that vibe among them that if they perform art through something or some through some medium or some platform, they might become famous. But specifically, they also influence the consumer lifestyle, culture, and their behavior. Like these are the engaging factors. Like Warhol did to himself. Like he was a pop artist, and he took over the image, and he defined it like Cindy Sherman with her own pictures. She became famous. So the thing is that they thought to make themselves famous, to create themselves as a brand. But on the other hand, the paradox like that they are also influencing the consumer on the other side of the farm. So in overall, adding them up will relate to attracting both the consumer and also overall improvement of your own brand. So that's all.
Thank you.